Hey guys, I want to make an attempt at helping you succeed at achieving goals again from a little bit different angle. I keep talking about intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation and had a great example, I think, that came up. First of all, I want to paraphrase a little bit of a scene from The Fate of the Furious. I think that was the last movie of the Fast and Furious franchise. And at one point, this villain asks Vin Diesel. I remember my son wanted me to go see this with him, and I thought, probably just a good action movie. It's going to be kind of fun, but I always look for these reasons to pick out some social science quips. And there's this perfect one where this villain says, why do you do what you do to Vin Diesel? And he said, for family. And she said, bullshit. You do it for the thrill of the quarter mile. And I thought, in each one of their minds, they are both correct. These are two opposing thoughts, or seemingly opposing, and I love that quote by F. Scott Fitzgerald, who said, the sign of first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposing thoughts in your mind and still be able to function. And is it an opposing situation here when he says, I do it for this intrinsic reason, for family, and she said, no, you do it for the thrill, for that base carnal need to win. And I think this is a great illustration of the fact that we all have either those biological evolutionary impulses that are fine. You're never going to escape naturalism in the human experience. But at a higher level, at our cognitive thought process, we can plan and we can look toward the future and piece things together. And so that's more of how we develop those intrinsic goals. But it's a commingling of both. It just never stops. So for example, I could say I have this goal of achieving a certain thing as a professional bodybuilder when I was competing, or a power lifter, or with my own physique and health. But yet then I go to the gym and I put my headphones on and I'm listening to this phenomenal music that just jacks me up, right? That's a very extrinsic way to push me toward a goal, even for just that workout, but for the broader good of that intrinsic goal. So I'm going to leave you with this. In that same frame of holding two opposing thoughts, or at least sequential extrinsic versus intrinsic, it really comes down to what you're thinking of at that time. We're always going to put more energy and more credence into whatever that immediate first thought is, so we can train ourselves to look more toward those internal long-term goals if we just focus. Some of this could go toward meditation, writing down your goals, journaling, things like that, but just finding a way that you keep that on the forefront of your mind, even when you're using some of the extrinsic motivators to help propel you in those smaller steps toward it. So I think that's a big step if you can really start to, filter through some of the stuff we talked about today into making sure you can achieve goals and stay focused for longer periods of time. Hope that helps, guys.